just because we never did, because of Memorial Day, we didn't do one of these yesterday. So let's quickly, Game 7 reactions. I mean, we can talk about the Jimmy Butler shot, just like, here's a good question. Did that game kind of make you feel like maybe Boston isn't quite ready? Because if there was the right team, if that was the Warriors in that situation, they win that game. Boston chokes it away. But Miami just didn't have quite enough offense to take advantage of it. But so Game 7 reactions.
Well, I mean, my first reaction is Jimmy Butler blew it. I mean, he got impatient. They had all the momentum. They had held Boston down for Marcus Smart had missed like 3 or 4 shots in a row. And he didn't need to hoist the 3. And Jimmy Butler's game is not a 3. And there were 17 seconds left on the clock. He had Horford in a backpedal mode. Probably was going to be able to drive in for an easy layup. If not, maybe an and one. And he pulled up for a 3. And even if he makes the 3, they're only up 1 with 16 seconds left. Hardly, to me, I would have worked more clock, or I would have gone for the 2. And instead, he went for a very difficult lean-in 3, missed it, and Boston rebounded, and there was your ball game right there. So, I hate to blame Jimmy Butler because I think Jimmy Butler is an awesome player, and he's he carried the Heat at times in this series. But, the one thing I think you got to remember from this series is Boston went into Miami and beat them 3 times on their home floor. And Boston's been really, really good on the road. And now here come the Warriors, who have yet to lose in the playoffs at home. They're a really good home team, and how Golden State fares in those games at Chase, I think, determines this series. So, I think Boston and Miami are both dinged up. I think Golden State will benefit from the added rest. I like Golden State to beat the Celtics. I think the advantage that Golden State has is they have a lot of guys who can put pressure on the ball. And I think Golden State is taking care of the ball better, and I think they'll turn over the Celtics because the Celtics don't have a primary ball handler. And I think GP2 will return in this series and make an impact. And I like the Warriors to beat the Celtics in 6. And I think that Game 7 really kind of showed that, man, Boston has got an incredible starting 5, and Tatum is just playing terrific basketball, and they're well coached, and they're feeling good. But my other primary takeaway, Rye, was if you listen to the post game, you heard like 5 different Celtics say, "We finally climbed the mountain. We finally climbed the mountain." So you got to remember, oftentimes teams do things in stages. And I think for the Warriors, if they lose the finals, it will have been a bad year, because I think that's where they're at as a team. Where Boston, I think, is just happy to be there. And I know it's easy for me to say, but I just think that Boston has had such a hard time getting out of the Eastern Conference Finals that to make it to the finals is a huge moment for them. And I think they'll view this season as a success, win or lose. And that level of desperation, I think, benefits Golden State.